Meantime, joining us in Studio B this morning for his monthly sit-down is Bakersfield Police Chief Brent Stratton. Appreciate coming in.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Let's touch on a couple of topics that we've been discussing that have been in the news lately from last May. An update on the Monitor report and the compliance measures that the BPD's been going through. You were talking about 5 areas that have been satisfied.
Yes.
And one of the ones that you're working on now is training for some of these new things.
Yes.
How is that going?
It's going well. So the entirety of the stipulated judgment, there's approximately 166 actionable paragraphs that the department has to work towards, and each of those paragraphs has a variety of different compliance measures that the department needs to be able to hit to show that we are in full and effective compliance. So initially what is done is there is a policy is worked through with the monitoring team as well as with the Department of Justice. That's done with significant amount of community input with our community advisory panel, and then once we're able to settle in on a policy, then we work towards training the policy, putting the curriculum together, getting approval from the Department of Justice as well as our monitoring team with that. We've moved through that, and then we're moving into the training portion, and it's a big department. There's 720 people that work there, so providing training on these topics is really where we are, and then there will be a monitoring component to it. So big areas, use of force, search and seizure, citizen complaint, community engagement, oversight and accountability, language access, promotional hiring standards, and the use of canines. So a lot of really big areas. We're making a lot of progress, and the thing I can tell you is that the Bakersfield Police Department is dedicated to achieving full and effective compliance with the stipulated judgment. We've worked well with the California Department of Justice as well as with our monitors, and we look forward to being able to achieve full and effective compliance.
In year 5 of this so far, you mentioned 166 different paragraphs, I believe you said. I mean, is this something that, do you see a conclusion at some point? Is this something where you're like, this is a
I do. I mean, it's difficult
9?
work. Look, you look at places like Oakland, they're in year 24, year 25 of their stipulated judgment. The Los Angeles Police Department, had a decade of these things. Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department had a decade of these things. You look across America, and when you have consent decrees and stipulated judgments, they take a long time to be able to work through. So we are entering into year 5 of our agreement, but this has been work that's been a priority of the police department, and it's something that's going to continue to be our priority to be able to work towards achieving full and effective compliance. We want our community to have confidence in the police department. We want the California Department of Justice to have confidence in the police department. So it's something that's going to continue to be a priority for us.
Are there any areas within those paragraphs that you have identified as one that might require more time and effort than another?
Yeah, so there's some that we've submitted that the Department of Justice said, hey, you've achieved full and effective compliance in this paragraph. Okay. And so then we also have to realize this judgment is 5 or 6 years, like laws have changed since then, and so things that were in the stipulated judgment that have since become law for everybody in California are things that, the use of force laws have changed, and the officers identifying themselves at the beginning of traffic stops, and things that, when this investigation started 10 years ago might have been things that the department didn't do or things that are common practice for us now. So there's a lot of things that we're moving towards. We've seen as we come out of year 4, there's a lot more paragraphs that we believe we've achieved full and effective compliance on. We're working through the paperwork and the submissions with the Department of Justice and obtaining their approval on being able to achieve full and effective compliance on more of those paragraphs. But there has been a tremendous amount of progress that's been done, and I do believe that our department is coming out better for it.
We were talking about encampments. We're getting a lot of press releases these days, and despite that 38 tons of trash, I believe there were 8 arrests in the most recent one by the Community Vitality team, making contact out there. And you're telling me that still people, I don't think, are getting the message that you're getting out and getting this done.
We want to make sure that we're sharing that information about what is being done. That's a question I hear very frequently. What is the department doing about homelessness? And so, I think there's a variety of different elements of homelessness, but there's a criminal element of the homeless, and that's really where the police department chooses to focus. But a lot of the work goes beyond the scope of what the police department is capable of doing, and so the city has created a community vitality working group, and it has code enforcement, and it has public works, and it has arson from the fire department, and it has current behavioral health that comes in. It has flood ministries and other community-based organizations to be able to offer services to those that want it. When the law is being broken, the police department takes enforcement action. Then we want to work on cleaning up. So we're seeing literal tons of trash that's being picked up by the city in an effort to keep our community clean and beautified. And so when we offer resources, when people are willing to take it, we want them to be able to take those resources. But we find that oftentimes it's 10, 12, 15 times before somebody's willing to be able to take those resources.
Well, that was my next question. I mean, you can offer it, but it doesn't mean they're going to take it.
That's exactly right. So we want to be able to offer those resources for people to be able to get out, to get into a bed, to get into a home, to get a roof over their head, to be able to take advantage of these things, to start to be able to move towards being able to have a better life for them. But oftentimes many are not willing to take it, and when the law is being broken, we're going to take enforcement action. We're going to be able to book them into the jail. But these are not the types of crimes that people go to prison for. These are not the types of crimes in California today where they're going to do long sentences in jail for. They're going to do short stints. And so some people are being arrested 5, 6, 7 times a month and being booked into the jail for these things. The police department is going to continue to do what we can to enforce the law, to offer resources, to help coordinate and work with our partners within the city to try to do the very best that we can to keep the city areas clean. And we work with the county as well in the areas to be able to keep county areas clean and free of debris. And so these things are going to pop up. It's a little bit of a game of whack-a-mole. And so we are moving around to do the very best that we can. We encourage people, when you see these things, call the communication center, call Community Vitality or police department to be able to work towards getting officers out there to help try to solve your problem. And I don't know that we're going to be able to solve it in the long term as it relates to homelessness, but we can do our very best that we can to at least solve it for today.
You know, when you talked about your team and going out there and making contact, there were 8 arrests in this last one and whatnot. There's always a discussion about this is just people who are trying to survive out there. How often do you find some type of criminal element within these communities?
Oftentimes there are people that are just trying to survive, and that's why I don't like homelessness. They're not monolithic. It's not a monolith. There's a variety of different areas and people that are struggling with different areas of their lives and are not ready to receive resources. Sometimes there's a criminal component to it. Oftentimes there's severe and significant substance abuse and narcotic abuse issues. Sometimes that appears that it's a mental health issue. Sometimes they really are mental health issues. Sometimes there are people that just need some help. And so there's a variety of different people that are at a variety of different spots in their lives. And when they come in contact with the police department, our officers are evaluating those things. And when there is a crime that's being broken and there's a criminal activity, the department is going to take enforcement action towards that. But again, these are not things that people are going to jail for a long time. So if we want to try to fix this, we've got to get them in, keep them in jail at least for an initial accountability piece, and then work towards mental health related counseling and substance abuse counseling and a variety of different things we can do. Handle the initial accountability, and then let's work towards some of these other resources to help be able to try to do the very best that we can to at least offer them for people to take some responsibility for themselves and for their lives, and then start to improve. That's our hope.
We're running out of time, but I wanted to touch on this. National Night Out.
Tonight.
Could you pick a hotter night? I mean, we went through and we tried to find the hottest night possible, and we decided this is what we're going to do. National Night Out. 300 cities across America are going to gather tonight. It's a chance for Americans to be able to come together and stand against crime. Which department's the most popular? Which department's the most popular? I want you to choose.
They all do a fantastic. Job. Don't make me choose. It's like picking which one of your children you love the most.
Canines.
Everybody loves the dogs. I will tell you that. It's hard to not love the dogs. But there's a lot of really great work that's being out there. It's just a chance for our department to build relationships with our community. We'll be at Yokit's Park. It's going to be a balmy, 106, something like that.
No, there's a lot of shade out there.
Yeah, it's not going to be bad at all. But it's a chance to come out, learn a little bit about what the department offers. A chance to be able to partner with our community, smile, shake some hands, and so we'll be out there. Look forward to seeing everybody out there. Anybody's welcome.
6 to 9 at Yokit's Park. Chief Brent Stratton, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. All right, we'll be right back.